Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad-pada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Hari Om. So the last few lines are left. So Om Hi Ityetad Upanishadam. This Om itself is called Upanishad. Om is the unfoldment of the truth. Finding out the truth of the three states. It is at once the three states, the source of the three states, and also unstained. It's free from all the three states. It's one without a second. It's like it is one looking the second, and it is taught as the truth of the second, but remains free from the second. It looks the second, taught as the truth of the second, and remains, and the Tatparya means one without a second. This prakar, the very Omkara is Upanishad. Upanishad means simply the unfoldment of the truth of his name. All that is related to understanding the truth is called Upanishad, please. Not only unfolding the truth is Upanishad, all the Nitya Karma, all the value, Shamadama, all that prepares you to understand the truth also is a part of Upanishad. Anything that is related to understanding the truth. It's all Upanishad. That is why we say Shruti, Smriti, Purana. It's a very beautiful disconnect. Right now you understand this. It is the Shruti that takes the form of Smriti. It is the Shruti that takes the form of Puranas. You see, it is not Shruti, Smriti and Purana. Shruti itself takes the form of Smriti. Itself takes the form of the Puranas. Therefore, whatever is taught in Puranas also, if it is properly understood, it is related to understanding the truth. If you interpret it as unrelated to understanding the truth, it is a story. Purana is a kahani, it is entertaining. Purana is just a story. If you don't connect it to understanding the truth. If you don't connect it to understanding the truth, it is a story. If you connect it to understanding the truth, it is Upanishad. So Purana also is Upanishad. Yes. Om Hi indeed iti. Om Hi Ityetad Upanishad. Tam Upanishadam Ityetad Upanishadam is Upanishad ko. Vinyaset. Let one be dedicated to understanding the Upanishad. Vinyaset Vidvan Yaevam Veda. And the one who understands, it is only the Upanishad that needs to be understood. Means it is only the self that needs to be understood. He is a wise person. The one who thinks, there is nothing else to be understood in this world. Everything else is the perception due to lack of understanding about the self. The universe is not another topic. The universe comes into a perception due to lack of understanding about the self. Snake is not another topic. It is an error about the topic. But then when we need to falsify it, that becomes a topic. It is a topic to be falsified. It is something to be heyam, to be falsified. It is both heyam and badhyam. It is something to be renounced and ultimately be falsified. Similarly, the universe is something to be renounced and ultimately to be falsified. If you only renounce and don't falsify it, you will again fall back. There is nothing great about it. Renunciation is simple. It is difficult, but any murkha can do it. All gypsies renounce anyway. Gypsies renounce all your city life. Live under trees, gypsies. Kind of a life of asceticism, penance. Very, very, very tough life. All the hippies, gypsies, banjaras. Yeah, nothing great about it. No, Swamiji, if a rich man also renounces, that is a big... I say, when the bad time comes, he has to renounce that also. Nothing great about it. I don't think renunciation in the sense of leaving something is not a big deal. But renunciation in his thinking that this is not the answer. Renouncing a thinking. That's not renouncing a thinking, it is correcting a thinking. You can't renounce thinking, you can only correct thinking. Thinkings cannot be renounced like that. Object I can distance from. मैं तो विषयों को छोड़ सकता हूँ. It's not a big deal. I never think that leaving an object is a big deal. सब लोग. I was living in Greater Kailash, I renounced it. हाँ जी. What is there? And I can even, you can renounce parents, it's not a big thing, we all renounce. I don't think really renunciation is a big thing, but correcting thinking is a big deal. That's a growth. Therefore, this universe not only needs to be renounced, but ultimately to be falsified. Therefore, yet even though it needs to be falsified, but let us not say it is a topic to be falsified. No, topic is always to be understood. The topic is the self, to be understood, in understanding which the universe also gets falsified, because in the light of the subject understood correctly as the subject has nothing parallel to it. There is no parallel to it. Like when you transcend the identity with the body, then you stand the subject. Minus the equation with the form, the subject stands as subject. He may not understand it, but he is free from the error of equation. And all the sense of limitation, something exists, something looking parallel to me, everything also disappears. Therefore, I am going to repeat it. The universe needs to be renounced and ultimately falsified. Atma needs to be understood. And values mind has to be pakva, pakya. It needs to be matured, controlled. In fact, the greatest maturity of the mind is learning how to be peaceful. Maturity does not mean you have to feed it with a lot of data. Nobody can be profounder than you if you can just remain peaceful in this creation. Supposing you are full of information and all the time tension ridden, तो फायदा क्या है? I mean, you are not profound, you are just a complex individual, that's all. A profound person knows how to get back to himself and be peaceful. A person who knows a lot but he cannot be peaceful is a complex individual. Is a complex individual. Therefore, there is a difference between complexity and profundity. ठीक है? Yes. Complexity is different from being viveki. A viveki is different from a complex individual. Full of complexity, he cannot be. He knows so much, he has read so many books, but he just doesn't know how to talk to his wife. But it's a complex individual. He just doesn't know how to manage his household. And therefore, the universe is both tyajyam and badhyam. It is both tyajyam and badhyam. A yogi thinks of it only as a tyajyam, not badhyam. Are you able to follow? Mostly look at the world as a tyajyam, not as badhyam. The mind also they think as tyajyam, not badhyam. According to Vedanta, Jagat is both tyajyam and badhyam. Atma is jneyam. The mind is pakyam. You know pakyam? Mind has to be made peaceful. उसको पक्व करना, कच्चापन जाना. जैसे कहते हैं अभी कच्चा है, अभी पक्व नहीं हुआ, जैसे पक्व होते हैं तब वेदांत का समझ में आता है. इसलिए छोकरे लोग आते हैं, टीनेजर्स वगैरह, if you teach them Vedanta, क्या समझ में आएंगे? They will appreciate some logic, वो ये वो. But even that is great, at least sanskara it leaves behind. Introduce the topic when you are still in teens so that you have time to reflect. But ultimately it is understood only when the teaching hits you. If it is hitting you, that means you are pakwa. It's like a teenager when if he is getting attracted to a girl or a boy, that means you are physically pakwa. You're physically pakwa. Similarly, if you are mentally getting attracted to Vedanta, then you are mentally pakwa. If you are getting attracted only to money, then mentally you are kacha. Mentally apakwa. Okay, ji. He, te, tad, Upanishad. These three words you can remember. It will help you in life. This world is both tyajyam and badhyam. Atma is jneyam. Understood. The mind is pakyam. And prarabdham is dahyam. Prarabdham is dahyam, to be burnt out. Yes, prarabdha आएंगे क्या करेंगे? Just to go through it, burn it out. Exhaust it. That means burn it out. Prarabdham is dahyam. Jagat is tyajyam and badhyam. Atma is jneyam. Chittam is, mind is pakyam. Organize these 4 words. It means a lot in life. For a yogi, Jagat is only tyajyam. Atma is not jneyam. For him there is no Atma. Atma is there for him. It's only something to be. Atma is something which needs to be withdrawn from the body. Nivartayitavyam. I must withdraw. The yogis think I must withdraw. Whereas the Vedanta says withdraw your attention from the desires. There it is, that is different. Vedanta also talks about withdrawal. Withdrawal from the disturbing elements. Withdraw your mind from anything that disturbs. These are different in order to understand the self. Whereas yogi thinks you withdraw the self itself. समझ में आ गया ना? Yogi says withdraw the self को withdraw. Dissociate yourself from the body is a very, very standard phrase. But I don't have to dissociate myself. I have to understand this is despite association, there is a distinction. Even when you are associated with your friend, you know you are not your friend. Even when you are associated with the house, you know you are not the house. Similarly, even if I am associated with the Deha, but when I am living, there is a distinction. Seeing the distinction is different. There is only seeing a reality, not changing the situation. Because there is no situation. There is only your being. In addition to your being, there is nothing. But within that being, there is a confusion of embodiment and perception. Okay. Vinyaset vidvanya evam veda palasham vailvam audumvaram dandamajanam mekhalam yajnopavitam chatyaktva, and also renounce all the sticks that you carry. You don't have to hoist your glory. And then when you go out, you don't have to carry the great glorious umbrella like this Raja logon ko chhatra, all big mandaleshwar. You say, if you can't take a little bit of sunshine, to kya ho gaya? Fir to kya? You are not an Asuryam Pashaha. Asuryam Pashaha means the one who has never seen the light of the sun. They say we have to live in the sun anyway. You are supposed to be a parivraya. These are all, adambaras, unnecessary, avoidable adambaras. Avoidable adambaras. In fact, by renouncing adambaram, also get a lot of shanti. Adambaram also disturbs a lot of peace, unnecessary. It gives you a kick, but it also disturbs your peace. Don't have to do it. Whatever little necessary, unnecessary adambaram. The Swami goes out of the ashram, then there is an umbrella, big, colorful, 3-4 log pakad ke unki chaya. Ye kya hai? Why, what is all this? I mean, I can't say openly why all this, they will beat me to death. But I can at least silently say to myself, what I say silently to myself is alone valid to me. What is all this? It's nothing. I should just walk out in the sun and meet somebody and come back. I don't have to be big. You don't have to hoist your glory in the stick. Yes, in the society you will get a name, but you will miss the truth. You will get the following, but you will miss the truth. Yes. With all the great, glorious, physical, glorious things, you will get the name, you will get the fame, you will get money, you will get people, you will get Pada Puja, but you will miss the truth. Pakka. If you fall for something, unnecessary adambaras in this world. Unnecessary adambaras in the world, it can only be at the cost of truth. It is only at the cost of truth. As far as I am concerned personally, it is not possible to crave for some adambaram in this world if you are really very serious about your existence. See, I don't think so. Not only you renounce this dhwaja, etc. Dhwaja is for the empirical, like an army wins a victory, you require adambaram. They are all a part of. But for a student of truth, what adambaram? For a sadhu, kya adambaram? And also you don't have to renounce everything, including clothes, also to hoist your glory to the world. See how big a renunciate am I. वो सबकी जरूरत नहीं. Just be like anybody else. If you want to hide from this world, be like one of them. I am telling you. If you want to hide from this world, if you want to have solitude from this world, just be like one of them. If you look different, they will all throng you. Yes. If you look different, either they throw stones or they throw flowers, and both are very painful. Yes. If they throw stones, it is painful. If they throw flowers also, it's painful. Why? Because then you have to maintain a certain thing. Then you can't lose. If somebody respects you, then you have a problem. Then you have to sustain that respect. Yes, Hari hota hai ji. Therefore, just the simple thinking is, peace is more useful than adambaram. Adambaram doesn't help me to understand the truth, but mental peace helps me to understand the truth. Therefore, what else should I renounce? Ajinam, deer skin, mekhalam, this waste brand, yajnopavitam cha, and also yajnopavitam tyaktva, having renounced, shuraha yayevam veda, he becomes a shura. The one who thinks the validity of, the one who thinks all these things they are not related to the truth. All physiological and sociological labels that we put on ourselves are not related to understanding the truth. The one who thinks like that is really a mental warrior. Shuraha. He is a mental warrior. He is an intellectual warrior. The one who thinks that these labels have nothing, they have no relation to understanding the truth. They are all valuable, they are all useful only at a given time until up to a point of, in order to begin the journey towards the truth, maybe they are useful. As long as I am a child, labels are useful. As long as I am lame, I need a walking stick. But once I am not lame, I am not a walking stick. I don't need a walking stick. It's called Shuraha. Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam. And Vishnu, the all-pervading self, the subject, Paramam Padam, the timeless abode of Vishnu. Vishnu itself means Vishnu doesn't have an abode. Vishnu is the abode for the whole creation. You see, do Vaishnavas think like that? No. They think Vishnu as an abode. They put him somewhere in the sky. When the whole creation is in Vishnu, then he is in Vaikuntha. How can you correct this thinking? As long as you think there is a Vaikuntha in which Bhagavan is there and I will also go there and I will have a adjoining apartment and I can have darshan of Bhagavan whenever I want. It is almost like an empirical pleasure, I will go and live in Australia and then There are my cousins and I'm staying just very close to them. I can call on them whenever they want. And I can even dine with them, etc., etc. What is all this? It's all jiva thinking. It's all mundane thinking. You see, the mundane thinking is called samsara. Therefore, if you say Bhagavan Vishnu is in Vaikuntha, it is just a part of sansaric thinking. I will also go to the same abode and I am very close to Bhagavan. What is all this? Sansaric thinking. I will go and live with my children. There is no difference between I will go to Vaikuntha and live with Bhagavan Vishnu and I will go to my parents and live with them. What is the difference, Ji? Swamiji, there is a difference. Bhagavan to Bhagavan hota hai, parents to parva. But parents asli Bhagavan hai. Bhagavan can disown you, not parents. Yes, Bhagavan kahenge, parents only say खून का रिश्ता है. Bhagavan कहते हैं, an outside is just attitude bond. You have devotion. It is only a devotion bond, not a खून का रिश्ता. And the खून is, blood is thicker than even your attitude. Yes, not only blood is thicker than water, blood is also thicker than attitude. Swamiji, is it true? Yes, you go and ask Bhagavanji. Therefore, Vishnu doesn't have an abode. Vishnu is the abode. Truth is the abode. Everything is rooted in Bhagavan. Bhagavan doesn't require a place. Okay, ji. Tad Vishnoho paramam padam sada pashyanti. People always understand who? Shurayaha. It's a printing mistake. It is not Surayaha. Shuraya. I don't know, maybe Suri. Surayaha. Or, no, Shuri, pata nahi, Suraya means the wise ji. The wise, the Surayaha understand, the wise understand. How do they understand the truth? Very beautiful, this you can underline this line. Diveva chakshuratatam. Like how my eye pervades the entire form, so is the subject pervades all the five elements. See, the sight pervades the form. When you look at the tree, your sight pervades the form. The tree is bathed in the sight. All, the entire creation is bathed in the sight. The visible part of the creation is all bathed in the sight. And the audible part of the creation is bathed in the sense of hearing. The tastable part of the creation, the touchable part of the creation, the smellable part of the creation, they're all bathed in their respective sense light. Similarly, there are 5 sense lights, but they're all nothing but one light of the self. And that self, the entire creation is bathed in the light of the self. That is how they understand the Bhagavan Vishnu. They understand. How do they understand Bhagavan Vishnu? They understand Bhagavan Vishnu as the conscious being. That is the truth of the forms and sounds and tastes and touches and smells. Diviva chakshuratatam. Divi iva, as though sky. Chakshuhu, the sight. Atatam, pervasive. Like the pervasive sight of the eye. God is the pervasive sight of the being. Just as the eye is the pervasive sight of the form. Drishtanta dashtanta dekhiye. Sight is the pervasive is the pervasive sight of the whole form. It pervades the whole form. Similarly, truth pervades the entire creation. Form, sound, taste, touch, smell, memory, individuality, waking, dream, sleep, everything. Just as the sight pervades a given form, so tat viprasaha. Viprasaha. Free from desire. What does this say? Sages. ठीक है. तद विप्रासः विपन्यवः जागृवांसः समिन्धते. तद विप्रासः. Those who are free from all the impulses. Prasaha means getting scattered here and there. Viprasaha means free from. They are undisturbed. Undisturbed. This undisturbed nature is not due to self-control, because for them there is only one thing. I don't have to reach anything, I don't have to gain anything, there is nothing to gain, there is nothing to lose. Why? It is oneself. Relaxation comes from freedom from vidhi and pratisheda. I have nothing to achieve in this world, I have nothing to lose in this world. इसमें कुछ ना पाने का है, ना कुछ खोने का है, कुछ जानने का है. ना कुछ खोने का, ना कुछ पाने का, कुछ जानने का. वो जो कुछ जानना है वो बहुत कुछ है. वो थोड़ा कुछ नहीं है, वो सब कुछ है. सब कुछ है. Here the word kuch gains a glory. You add kuch to Paramatma, ये तो कुछ तो है. What a kuch it is? It is सब कुछ. सब कुछ है. Therefore, in this world there is nothing to gain, nothing to lose. In the ultimate analysis, there is only something to know. This world is nothing, it is neither to be gained nor to be lost. It is something to be understood as false. In the case of my existence, I don't have to lose it, I can't lose it, I need not gain it. It needs to be understood. When it comes to the mind also, I don't have to achieve it, I don't have to lose it. I don't have to lose the mind. I have to correct my thinking. I have to mature it. I have to throw light on it. That is called leisure. Leisure comes only. The sages were understood because they knew the topic. This is all our topic, so I am living only for that. There is no other. I am not living for bhoga. Like you see, when a person is living for bhoga and when he comes to know that he can't enjoy bhoga because of some disease, then he loses interest in life. Supposing थोड़ा बहुत खा पा रहे हैं, आधा कटोरी में थोड़ा खा पा रहे हैं, फिर भी चल पड़ेगा. Supposing he can't eat, he can't drink, he can't digest, then he loses interest. Therefore, what is the incentive for living in this world? Bhoga. Not only bhoga is the incentive for living, for many, most of the people, the incentive for even exercises is bhoga. If you go for gym so that you can have good health, so that you can enjoy more. Bhoga is the incentive for all good and bad deeds. Yes. All good and bad deeds. Even that bhoga can be physical, bhoga can be emotional. When Kaikeyi wanted Bharata to be the king, what is the incentive? What is the motive? What is the intention? Bhoga ji, aur kya? Bhoga. And when a sage is living not for bhoga, he is living for jnanam. That's the difference. He is not living for bhoga, living for jnanam, for understanding. Truth is the intention. Therefore, for the grihasthas, it is difficult to renounce bhoga and take up the vastu. Therefore, it is better to at least have bhoga for survival and survive for jnana. They let the fundamental intention be jnana. Bhoga bhi agar hai, take it more not as a need but as a weakness. Don't take it as a need. Bhoga is not a need. Bhoga means, just living only for thrills. Okay, ji. Tadviprasaha vipanyavaha, the sages, the undisturbed sages. Vipanyavaha, free from agitations. Vipanyuhu. Panyuhu means, manyuhu, panyuhu also means anger. Like abhimanyuhu. Abhimanyuhu means the full of anger. Panyuhu also means anger. Vipanyuhu means free from anger. Vipanyavaha, free from anger. Jagrivansaha, awakened. Jagrivansaha, conveyed to the people. The sages always, the peaceful sages woke up the society. Jagrivansaha samindhate. And they woke up the society and lit a spark of thinking. Indhanam. Indhanam means, samindhate. They created a spark of thinking. It is the Vedantis really who are most useful for God's creation. They may not participate in economic programs and these programs and all sociological programs. But they seriously tell them, my dear, your answer is yourself, good enough. I think he has done more than all great leaders would have done. Just telling the world, hey, the answer is yours. Look at yourself and give them a bit of logic, see how. Anything that you cannot renounce is yourself. You can't renounce happiness, that is yourself. You can't renounce freedom, that is yourself. What you can renounce is not you, but what you can't renounce, yourself. You can renounce anything in this world, but you can't renounce. Even when you renounce the waking state, it is only for peace you renounce. That means you don't renounce peace. You can renounce the waking state, but not peace. You can renounce even wealth for peace. Sometimes you achieve the wealth, sometimes you. You see, Yajnavalkya said, all that you want to achieve only for happiness. I am saying all that you want to renounce, you renounce only for happiness. Vidhi is for Anandam, Pratisheda is for Anandam. All the do's are for Anandam, all the don'ts are for Anandam. But I can renounce the do's and don'ts, but I can't renounce Anandam. What we can't renounce, that is ourselves. इस बात को अगर समाज को समझाएंगे थोड़ा बहुत भी, I think it is much better. It's much better. keep the flame of thinking alive. And therefore the sages, the Vedantic sages, the Brahma Vidya sages are the most useful for God's creation. Because they turned Jiva's mind back to the source. Yes, and therefore Tadviprasaha vipanyavaha jagridamsaha samindhate Vishnoho yat paramam padam. And the timeless abode, the Vishnu, it's like, you see, the heat of the fire. Are they two? Similarly, the timeless abode of Vishnu. Are they two? This is called peculiar Shashti. It is a Shashti involving no two. Raho Shiravat. See, Rahu's head went and swallowed the moon. You know that story? Rahu's head was cut off by Bhagavan Vishnu, Chakra, because he came to know the secret of Amritam. And they are going to abuse it. Therefore, the right things should not fall in the wrong hands. Because when the right things fall in wrong hands, they will be abused. And then it's like the nuclear weapons falling into the wrong hands. Their Amritam is more of this Amritam, not Brahmajnana Rupa Amritam. Amritam there is by taking which you don't die, but you are a devil. And supposing you get the Amritam and you drink Amritam and you are a devil, and then you go about killing everybody. It's like a devil having a nuclear weapon with him. And therefore it is necessary for Bhagavan Vishnu to kill Rahu. Even though he cut off his head, he is away. And that is because the secret was divulged by the moon. The moon was looking. You see, and then he went and swallowed the moon. Who swallowed? Rahu swallowed or Rahu's head swallowed? Rahu's head swallowed. हाँ जी, ये है, इसको बोलते हैं न्याय. What a nyaya. Who swallowed ji? Rahu's head swallowed or Rahu swallowed? Rahu only swallowed, because Rahu's head is not different from Rahu. Even though you say the head of Rahu, it means Rahu. The heat of fire means fire. The abode of Vishnu, the timeless abode of Vishnu means Vishnu. It should be translated what? The timeless abode, that of you strike off. It's always confusing. The timeless abode, comma, the Vishnu. The timeless abode, the Vishnu, is a much better language. Rather than saying the timeless abode of Vishnu, you are going to confuse. Because when human beings are heavily prone to getting confused, they are so heavily prone to getting confused, they require only a small excuse to get confused. And the moment you use the word of, they will ask a question, Swamiji, are they two? Vagara, vagara. Yes. Vishnoho yat paramam padam. See, this what I am saying is very useful, ji. You don't know. Like the consciousness of Atma. Same thing. The consciousness of Atma means the consciousness, the Atma. They are not two. The consciousness, the subject. The consciousness, the truth. The existence of the truth. means the same thing. The existence, the truth. Strike off. It is always better to think without prepositions. Yes. It is better to think without prepositions. Thinking with prepositions is called karma kanda. Thinking without prepositions is called Vedanta. Haji, how? This is simple definition. Vishnoho yat paramam padam ityevam nirvana anushasanam. That Bhagavan Vishnu doesn't have an abode. He is the abode of the whole universe. Iti nirvana anushasanam. This is the teaching for inner peace. Nirvana means moksha. This is the nirvana anushasanam. This is the teaching for one's inner freedom. Okay, this teaching is given by you, the Upanishad? No, Vedanushasanam. This is exactly the teaching given by Veda. It is not a given sages. Because even the teaching given by Bhagavan Krishna doesn't belong to him. It belongs to Veda. And if you look at Bhagavan Krishna as Ishvara, then it belongs. It is Ishvara's teaching. If it is a Shankaracharya's teaching, it is not his teaching, it is Vaidika teaching. We don't look upon Shankaracharya as Bhagavan ka avatara, he is Acharya. Suppose you look upon him as Bhagavan avatara of Bhagavan Shiva, as his teaching. But we will like to say, it makes no difference. All teaching, the Pramanam Shabda, Veda is the Pramanam. It's like wherever there is sight, it belongs to the Pramanam Chakshu. There is no your Chakshu or my Chakshu, there is only Chakshu. Yes, there is only a sight. And me is only a thought, identified with the Chakshu. There is no my Chakshu or your Chakshu. There is no my ignorance or your ignorance. This my and you, I and you and he and she and it is all born of ignorance. Ignorance cannot be avidya. There is an error about the truth. Don't say it's my error, etc. My itself is an error. उसमें बहुत आनंद मिलता है. My itself is an error. So that really, there is only truth and an error, not me and you. There is no me and you, there is only truth and an adhyasa, bas. And I am going to tell you something very, 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 very fundamental. Don't get ghamraud. The same truth is happy in one upadhi, the same truth is unhappy in another upadhi. Therefore, the question of justice, injustice doesn't arise. It is only in the realm of, very fundamentally, there is no question of nyaya or anyaya. Because the same thing, in one hand I have, an individual, the same person enjoys the goodness, he has got good looks, so he enjoys the good looks and suffers the bad health. Okay? But the same one is enjoyer, the same one also. Therefore you can't say as the enjoyer of the looks he is a punyatma, as the enjoyer of the health, bad health, he is a papatma. If you say, then himself is the papatma as well as. Therefore the question of justice and injustice doesn't arise. It is only in the realm of, therefore even thinking in terms of nyaya, anyaya, causation, etc., it is in the realm of vidya. वो भी fundamentally नहीं है. You can't ask a fundamental question. How can Bhagwan be so cruel, etc.? I say he is the poor, he is the rich also. Then the question of justice and injustice doesn't arise. He is man and he is a woman also. He is young and he is old also. The same truth. He means the same truth. He is not he as like me, you, he, she, it. ऐसा नहीं है. The gender free alone fills up all the genders. Himself is man, himself that. He is young, he is old, and he is bent, he is walking with the stick, etc., etc. We have. Tvameva mata cha pita, tvameva bandhusya sakha, tvameva that. There is a question of justice, injustice. If I don't unnecessarily waste your time thinking in terms of justice and injustice. There is only truth and error, not justice and injustice. But in order to be relatively peaceful, we talk about, nyaya, anyaya. And inside the avidya, we say Bhagavan can never be unjust because jaise karm karte hain, वैसे पाते हैं. This is from one side, one drishti. It's a very, very topical drishti. Fundamentally speaking, Bhagavan is neither cruel. At best we can say is just. It's just even justice. The idea of justice, injustice itself is an error. Justice and injustice. Why? He is the father, he is the son, he is the daughter-in-law, he is the cruel father-in-law and he is also a cruel daughter-in-law, etc. Then इसमें न्याय अन्याय कहाँ से आया? The same thing. Are you able to follow? Without getting disturbed, think about it. Te Vedanushasanam Vedanushasanam iti. I am telling this only because don't think in terms of all the time nyaya, anyaya, because you will be all the time disturbed. ये क्या न्याय है, ये क्या हो रहा है, ये सब हो रहा है, वो तो होता है जी. Topically speaking, ये तो होता है. Fundamentally speaking, कुछ नहीं होता है. Either you say ये तो होता है, कुछ नहीं होता है. ये दुनिया में होता है, ये दुनिया में ये सब होता रहता है. फंडामेंटली कुछ नहीं होता है. इति वेदानुशासनम वेदानुशासनम इति. Thus this whole teaching is given. This is the vision of Veda. Therefore, at least those who have some opportunity to understand Veda, the vision of Veda, they should not lose the opportunity. Those who really spend some time with the teaching of Veda, definitely they are blessed ones. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vadishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Next we are going to do... Is there some prasadam? Whose prasadam ji? हाँ जी? आपका प्रसाद. आज आपका जन्मदिन है क्या? कोई भी प्रसाद लाते हैं हमको तो एक. And next Upanishad we are going to do Atma Upanishad. The same book, Atma Upanishad. Prasadam ji. And so many